the role that the government has on economy is pivotal. We can say that the government and the economy are like two delicate elements in a balance. In a balance. For example, the economy. If the economy goes wrong, so the government is also going to go wrong because people are not going to believe in the government, are not going to follow their policies, are not going to are not going to believe what they say. And on the other hand as well. So and on the other direction as well. So let's see some real life examples about how the government affects the economy. For instance, during the 2008 financial crisis, the US government injected about $700 billion into the economy, more specifically into the banking system, in order to stabilize the economy. And this proved to have worked well. Then during 2020, during the COVID pandemic, the Sweden government reported a huge increase in its tax revenue, about 44% of tax revenue were introduced into the Sweden treasury. Right. So with this high amount of resources, were able to to finance, they were able to foster the social security programs that they had. So this is a great illustration where where high tax and also high services are taken into account, are implemented. Then during 2017, the European Union launched the General Security Data Policy, which implemented a lot of policies regarding data security. So many of the companies overseas, for example, from the US and from China, were required to follow these new policies. For example, TikTok from China, Apple, Alphabet from the US, and so on. So the Windows and so on. Okay, so they had to follow these policies continue in order to continue working in the European Union. Then during 2019, during the Trump's presidency, the U.S. imposed about 360 billion in tariffs to Chinese goods and services. So this marked the beginning of the trade war that would see the two great economic superpowers crashing into a trade war, imposing tariffs one to each other. So, in a conclusion, we can say that in order to have stability in the economy, we need both sides of the coin. We need the invisible hands, and we need the guiding hands of the government in order to work in order to make the economy work well. And from my point of view, even though the government plays a crucial role, especially in moments of financial crisis, even though that can help, sometimes the government is the same that drove the economy into this crisis. For example, during the 2008 financial crisis, many experts say that it was a result of the fact that the U.S. government was founding those banks in order to give more loans to people. So